All right, man. Rapper Finesse2tymes speaks about his relationship with his mother. If you remember, him and his mother was going back and forth on the internet. She was pretty much talking about she was effed up and he wouldn't help her out. All right. And that's one thing about these women. They always go to the internet to play victim. I don't really believe none of these women that go to the internet to play victim. When you hear them, I don't really believe them, bro. Especially when it's and not in this situation. When it involves criminal activity, if they didn't file a charge, I don't believe it, bro. Going to the internet. But let's listen.
I came from plural. Yeah. My mama ain't going there. Yeah. She ain't going there. She just done hit a rough spot. She got 9 felonies. Her credit fucked up. She can't do nothing. My mama was a grandmother. She sold dope, did her. She was GD. Everything. I watched my mama do this. My dad was GD. He was gangster disciple. My mama was 16. This nigga was 23. I grew up. I seen this shit. Like, so I know where my mama come from. It's just, me and my mama is like brothers and sisters because we grew up together. My mama had me when she was 16. So by the time I was 15, 16, she was 30. So both of us kind of was like, so you gotta understand, like this, what I be trying to tell my younger brother and my people don't understand that me and mama have a totally different relationship than y'all. Because by the time y'all was old enough to realize she was maturing. So she wasn't kicking y'all out the house. Y'all wasn't getting the, no, nigga, my man eat first. Y'all wasn't getting that, nigga. So they don't understand how I was, what's in my mind. And the reason why I go, but I know as a man, I'm gonna get over it. I just need my mama help. I just need her help to get over it. But we always do this every time. But I feel it's coming. And I feel that it's gonna eventually, be something one day. But, we working on it.
And what's so funny, and I'm one of the few people that bring this up. What's so funny is a lot of these women, they go to shaming tactic when it's not to attack a black man's sexuality. It's always, your mother must didn't love you, or your mother's black. And a lot of times that's the issue. It's a lot of dysfunction in single parent households. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dysfunction in black single mother households or black households in general. I mean, have you heard the way they talk to people in those households? To be keep it real with you? Let's keep it real. I heard the way they talk to the young women and talk to the men. That tough parenting, they talking about the tough parenting and all that other type of stuff. That's cool though, but at the end of the day, it's not enough gentle parenting a lot of times. And they always tell mothers not to have their children too close apart. 16, they were brothers and sisters. He was a test drive baby, so she was still trying to figure it out. So he was the first to go through all of that when she didn't know what to do, throwing them out, doing this. All the children get a different version, especially when you born that early. But the only reason that he doesn't cut those ties off like so many children or so many people cut the ties off with the father like that is because it's the connection with the mother. It's a connection. When the mother spends all that time wiping tears and wiping asses, that connection is there. Most time the father out there getting money, or if you're around getting money, doing stuff of that nature. But when you there, and when you fall off your bike and, you crying and your mother's there, or when your stomach hurt and your mother's there. I mean, you've seen that in the movie The Help. And historically, a lot of those women, when they claim that black women always didn't work, which that wasn't the case. If you watch that movie The Help, Becky's didn't work at one point in time. Even the Beckys didn't go to work, okay? Even though they didn't go to work, they still had wet nurses and nannies. And a lot of those children love the nannies. If you watch that movie The Help, watch it. And this is true stories, a lot of those nannies, the children love the nannies more than they love their parents. If their parents they didn't have that genetic connection to their parents, you know what I'm saying? If they didn't have that genetic connection to their parents, they wouldn't have any connection at all. The ones that cook for them, the ones that wipe their tears, wipe their ass, the ones that help them with their homework. That's a connection that's built. You know what I'm saying? That's an important connection. So that's why you have that important connection between, the mother and a lot of children, because the mother was the one hands-on. Now you'll get a bunch of women who would say, well, the man don't help and the man don't do nothing. In reality, that's the way this society is built, for the man not to do nothing but to go get the money in a functional household. Go get the money. I just want the money and I'll take care of the kids. Therefore, that father don't really have a connection. And only people that understand the importance of the father is the young man. When they become a man, they have to go through the same thing. That's just what it is. They remember the hands-on work. So it's really no love lost for the father. But a lot of times, when the father wasn't there, it was a mama running them off because, he was cheating, or, he didn't do what I wanted him to do. Or, a lot of times, believe it more times than not in the Black community, the mother wanted to prove she can do it on her own, to the detriment of, if it's more beneficial for the child to have both parents, they don't care. They'd rather the child fail while they trying to do their best than succeed. How many times we seen, we all know the father's the better option. They homeless, and the mother would rather just have a kid be homeless than go live with the father because she don't want to be outdone by the father. That's what it is. Most of the times, these women don't care about their children. They don't make the best decisions in the Black community for the children. They make the best decisions for themselves. And that's why it's the matriarchy. And it's God, it's themselves over God, it's themselves over children. And a lot of times, it's dick over everybody, everything else right after they self. You see the pain, but she went to the internet because to vilify him, and they feel like everything that you earn as a man, you in debt to them. No. Ricky, aka Finesse2tymes, he didn't ask to be here. Your son is not supposed to be your husband. Your son is not supposed to provide and buy you cars and be your main source of income and take care of your rent. That's why you're supposed to have a husband. But when you get in the Black community, that's why when these dudes make money or they get to the league, they got to buy their mother a house. You don't really see that with Brad. Brad might just pay off his people mortgage. He might buy them a new house, but you don't see that because they already got homes. It's so much responsibility that fall off on Black men. And a lot of times, believe it or not, most Black men, they don't deal with their mothers like that. Only on a deal-to-deal basis. It's that bad now. They're not going to speak about it publicly because we don't do what women do on the internet. A lot of that stuff is kept to themselves. That's just the honest truth. A lot of it is kept to themselves. But it's a lot of responsibility that fall on these dudes, and your mother's financial situation is not your responsibility. That's what people don't understand. Her problems is not your responsibility. He found a way to make it out of his situation, coming from, both his parents being gang affiliated. For him to sit here and be alive and be able to be, have the money that he have and be here, get out of jail and hopefully stay out of jail and going through paternity fraud as well too, is a true blessing, to be honest with you. And a lot of people need to see, man, a lot of, it's very important. Hopefully these women are listening, who you procreate with. You know what I'm saying? It was a 7-year difference between his mother and his father. And that's common. That's common. Most of the women in high school, most girls in high school, we couldn't get with them because they had older boyfriends. But then they get on the internet and she throws him under the bus, and now she vilifies him and just try to destroy his reputation. That's nothing new. That's one of the oldest playbooks out there. Whether it's going to the internet, whether it's turning the family against you, turning the brothers and sisters against you, and don't nobody care what you say. And we only look at this from the lens through, check out the Real 101 playlist, Music and 10 playlist. We don't look at the lens through baby mamaism, ex-wife shit. But we don't look at it from a sister standpoint of view, a mother standpoint of view. Every time you succeed, everybody feel like you owe them something. The women around you feel like you owe them something. You don't owe them nothing. Because a lot of times when they get theirs, they don't feel like they owe you nothing. That's just the God honest truth. You don't owe anybody anything, especially your parents. You didn't ask to be here. You thou shalt honor their parents and all of that, but your success is your success, especially when you come from a deficit like this. His mother got all that going on. all them bad decision making, and you supposed to bail that out. You can't help her unlearn that stuff. And a lot of the brothers, you know, they may not want to agree with this or might not want to speak on this, but a lot of brothers, you know, they stay away from their mothers, man, as much as possible. Only when they need to, you know, check in, they check in. Because it's a lot of pain, it's a lot of hurt there. There was a lot of tough parenting, there was a lot of horrible parenting. That's just the honest truth about it. But you could see the pain in his eyes. But he said, I need my mother to help me. But the thing about it is they never see the fault in their ways. And one thing in the matriarchy of the Black community, the women love to disrespect everybody and then don't want to take any ridicule or disrespect back. That's why they so quick to throw them little girls out their house, other than they jealous of them. But in a Black community, and that's why it ain't no real men really left in the hood rat community, is because they expect to disrespect everybody and not get disrespect back. And this is why you go out there and you look out in the world, you know why their image is dirt. You can't go around disrespecting people at Starbucks, McDonald's, the airport. This ain't the Black community. The children ain't gonna just leave. The men ain't gonna just turn the blind eye and take the upper room. Man, Brad and Hector will send your lace front to the upper room, man. But hey, check out the Real 101 playlist, music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Patreon. Everything inside the link tree. It's the first link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Peace. Let me know what you think in the comment section.